waiting to hear from this briefing. Abadi Ismail is joining us now. He's live on Zoom. Where you are, you live somewhere where you saw really this happen, and I just want to get your take as to what you saw earlier this evening. And by the way, where are you at, Abadi?
I am at Buzzard Points, where the point
right there.
is, by James Creek Marina. I have an advantage view of the Potomac River, the Anacostia River, Reagan Airport, the military base. I have cinematic view, so I could see everything that is happening from the moment the crash happened, because I was in my I was sitting and watching TV when the crash happened, but it was a bang bang, very loud bang bang, something I'm not familiar with, something you don't normally hear. So I turned into the window to take a look, and that's when I saw some smokes on the south side of the airport. So I still I wasn't able to comprehend everything. So a few minutes later, that's when I saw the DC Park, the Coast Guard, DC Police, Arlington Police, fire truck, everything and everybody, every resource within DC were heading toward the crash scene. That's when I took the video, somewhere around 8:50 p.m. And we want to make sure like something is really happening. The river, the Potomac, is frozen. We're talking about a 39-degree as we speak today. So it's been frozen since the inauguration day. So that's another hassle that the U.S. Coast Guard have to maneuver through all this ice in order to get to the crash scene. The crash scene is about 2 miles from where I'm at. Based on what I see, I have friends that work at the DC Park. Based on their analysis on the site, this is not a search and rescue mission at this point, okay? It is, unfortunately, it's a recovery mission. I see only a handful of boats. I would say maybe like 10 boats at the very most. Most of them are on the east side of the river, which is by the military base. And I believe that's where the crash, where the debris of the plane is. So this is what is happening right now. I see fire trucks on the Reagan Airport. So there's two actual sites of the crash. What you see on the screen right now is the Reagan Airport, but we need someone to take a look at the crash scene. I see helicopter with their flash and lights all over the Potomac, trying to find any possible life. When we talk about 39 degrees, we're talking about hypothermia. It's inevitable.
Right.
So this happened at 8:50 p.m. Now we are at 12:34. We're hitting almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
So this is really devastating.
Abadi, let me jump in for a second here, because I just want to point out, yes, when we talked about the air temperature, we talked about the water temperature. Clearly, these are dangerous, treacherous, life-threatening conditions out there. We do not have any confirmation yet. If it's been called a rescue mission, they have not officially called it a recovery operation, which again we're hoping to hear some update momentarily.
Yeah, and from our vantage point, it actually looks like it's somewhat stayed the same. The presence, if anything, has only grown, but if I understand you clearly from what you've been able to see, because you have a different view, does it look like there are fewer boats in the water?
Fewer boats, 100%.
Yeah.
They are all stationed. All of them are stationed on the east side of the river. So and they've been stationed there for a while now. So that tells me that they found the debris of the plane. So what they're doing right now is they're either collecting, rescuing. You're right. They call it search and rescue, so we just keep it that way and hope for the best. Hopefully, they found some live people within this cold temperature waterway.
You would hope so.
Yeah, and where you see most of the boats, is that still on the Maryland side, like where the Joint Base, Anacostia Bowling side?
Correct. And yes, but let me take you actually outside just to take a look and see.
Yeah, let's look.
Yeah, that'd be great if you can. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realize, because we've seen from people who've been sending us video just from their vantage points, and when you look at it from afar, you get a sense of what kind of massive operation
it is a massive operation, 100%. The
Yeah.
fire trucks at Reagan Airport, we're talking about hundreds of them, but the amount of boats in the water, they're like handful. That just tells me it's either the frozen water and inability for many of these boats to get to the sites. I'm not so sure, but it's not as, the scene in the water is not as much as the scene at the runway or at the Anacostia Boiling military base. So
Abadi,
that's yeah.
Abadi, we thank you so much for your insight on this and just from your story. We have to go back to the